The newest installment to the Rocky franchise and Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut, Creed 3, has came into theaters. So today I thought it was time for me to stop and review Creed 3. Please know that everything that I will say in this video is just my very own opinion. My name is SW Nation, and you are free to comment down below your very own opinion on Creed 3. If you have seen it, did you love it? Did you hate it? Say all of your thoughts in the comment section below. With that being said, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Please don't forget to check out that Twitter. That's going to pop up on the screen right now. Without further ado, let's just get right into our review.
I spent the last 7 years of my life living out my wildest dreams. Bianca, Rocky, my dad. This was built on their shoulders.
I love the Creed franchise, and this film was top 3 on my highest anticipated list of the year. So with that being said, let's move right into the good. And the good thing that comes to mind here is that it's just another great installment to the Rocky franchise. All of the Creed movies are like this. I love the first Creed. I really like the second one, but not as much as the first. I gotta say, I love this third one. This might be my favorite of the 3. Right off the bat, I gotta say, I love this movie very much. And I saw it in the best circumstances possible. Around me was an audience full of people who just really love Michael B. Jordan. And there was this guy behind me that just kept, spewing out Rocky references throughout the entire movie. And, a lot of people would say that's obnoxious and annoying, but it kind of added to the film. I mean, even times where punches would land, people in the audience, I would hear like a lady in the background just scream. It was in the best circumstances possible for a movie like this, and I just had a blast watching it with that audience. I'm an aspiring filmmaker, and this film is Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut. And that's one thing that a lot of people were kind of nervous about going inside of the film, because Michael B. Jordan hasn't directed anything, and he was given this 50-year-old franchise sequel to direct. I gotta say, he knocked it out of the park. He did a fantastic job, and really that's what made me excited for this film, because he is a guy who's been in the industry for years, since he was a kid. And then now he's 36 years old directing a sequel to a 50-year-old franchise. That's interesting to me. That's incredible to me. And as me being an aspiring filmmaker myself, I look at this film and I'm like, this is made by a guy who loves film. This is a guy who loves the genre, the industry, the artistic flair, the visuals, the fights. All of them felt extremely different and fresh for the franchise. He said multiple times in different interviews that the fights are inspired by anime. And right out the gate, you get that. And while I don't watch anime, I know I pronounced it weirdly the first time, I immediately texted my friends to tell them to go watch this movie, because it's a literal anime. I mean, the fight scenes inside of this film. Again, I haven't seen anime. I haven't seen much anime. I've watched a couple episodes of Demon Slayer and One Piece, and currently watching Hunter x Hunter. But I have not seen much anime. And the first fight scene that happens in this film, I literally just screamed out, "That's anime like crazy." It's the stereotypical anime that you would expect. But it's different. And it's unique. Clearly, Michael B. Jordan wants to make his mark. And I think this film, while it's not going to win many awards, it's not going to win an Oscar, it's not going to win a Golden Globe, I still think that Michael B. Jordan's direction of this film will open multiple doors for him. Just like other great sports movies, the sport isn't the important part. And while you feel every punch in that theater, I mean every impact, I felt it. This film is more about regrets, second chances, and moving on from your past. Just masked as a boxing flick. Coming out of Ant-Man and the Wasp, everybody has said that Jonathan Majors' performance inside of that film was the best part about that movie, which I totally agree. But coming out of Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, I gotta say, I was more excited to see this film than I was to see more of him as Kang. And sure enough, Jonathan Majors' performance inside of this film is just exactly what I expected. I expected nothing less from him. And in fact, I feel like Damian is a better antagonist in this film than Kang was inside of Quantumania. I love the way that he played the role inside of this film. Whereas in Quantumania, I'm glad that I'm comparing the two, because in Quantumania, he plays Kang, he's menacing, he's intimidating, but there's also some level of sympathy that you have for this character, the way he plays Kang. And then you get inside of Damian, and at first, you feel for the guy. But then you absolutely hate him in the middle. The moment he gets inside of the ring, you hate this guy and you want to see him get taken down. But you can also understand why he's so angry. I love the way Jonathan Majors performed it, and I love the way Michael B. Jordan directed it. All of that worked together, and I think their rivalry inside of the movie perfect because it was so personal. And I would say this is the most personal Rocky flick that we've had in years. And I think that's what helped this film. The fact that the rivalry wasn't from Apollo, or it wasn't from Rocky's past, but it was from Adonis's, giving Adonis the platform inside of this film to be his own man without Rocky. This is truly an Adonis Creed film. And the missing that comes to mind here is that these are not necessarily bad things or good things. These are the things that I want to talk about. The absence of Rocky here is noticeable for sure. Sylvester Stallone has already made it clear on why he did not want to return for this film. And, you know, I think it benefited the film a lot. Now, for me, because I'm a perfectionist, I really wanted to see Rocky inside of this film. He would have been in all 9 Rocky/Creed films. But I kind of like the idea that Adonis is finally on his own. Like I said, this is an Adonis Creed film. It relates to Adonis's past and not Rocky's and not Apollo's. But like I said, this is the mixed section. It's not a good thing, but it's definitely not a bad thing. It's just something that I wanted to talk about. And the bad thing that comes to mind here is that there's a huge turnaround in popularity for Damian. I mean, we clearly see this guy fight a little bit more dirty than we've seen the other boxers fight in all the Rocky and Creed films when he gets inside the ring. And once he does that, you finally want to see this guy taken down. You finally want to see him get taken down. But he quickly becomes popular. He has people watching him work out on the beach. He has a whole gang of people. He has a big house. He has women at his beck and call from one fight. I mean, maybe it just went down to the pacing of the movie, the way that it happened. It's not a spoiler, it's kind of a minor spoiler, but he beats this guy in the ring, and then he becomes the heavyweight champion of the world, and then he gets popular, and now he has big house, women, this, that, and the third. Again, going back to the pacing, it felt like I didn't know what the timeline of this movie was. Because I feel like enough time has passed inside of Creed 2, because we went from Creed 1, which was in 2015, then Creed 2, 2018. So we could say, let's say 3 years went by. Okay, 3 years went by. Amara, Creed's daughter, was born 2018, correct? So then we move into Creed 3, where she's like 10 years old. But they never specify how long it's been. All in all, the timeline issues of this film kind of irked me a little bit. The pacing is not the best. And just a huge turnaround in popularity for Damian, because literally 1 second he's getting booed while he's getting inside of the ring, and then he wins, and then literally 5 minutes later he has a gang of people having a party at a campfire site. Yesterday he was a bum, today he's hot shit. In conclusion, Creed 3 is another great installment to the franchise, with Michael B. Jordan breathing new life with his anime-inspired fight, stylistic direction, and visual storytelling. Adonis finally stands on his own, providing the most personal Rocky film in years. Jonathan Majors is incredible as the antagonist. Overall, I think this is my favorite film of 2023. and might be my favorite of the Creed films. I'm going to give Creed 3 an A+ and a 9.7 out of 10, and I would say definitely go see this in theaters. The only reason why it's not a 10 or a 9.9, 9.8, I usually don't like to give 10s, but this is a very, very, very great movie. Alright guys, that is it for the review. Please know that everything that I did say in this video was just my very own opinion, and you are free to comment down below. What did you guys think of Creed 3? Like, comment, and subscribe. Please don't forget to check out that Twitter that's going to pop up on the screen right now. And also don't forget to come back later for all Rocky films / Creed films, right, from the worst to the best. But that being said, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Peace.